Howdy folks, welcome back to Medicine Creek Farms. It's day 3 early autumn, just almost 7:30. Sun's coming up, starting to burn through those early morning clouds. And we're getting ready to do some beans here in the main field. Yesterday, day 2 early autumn, I spent over north in field 43. So I got that all taken care of, and you can see we got 370 bushels of beans off of that field. I'm thinking about maybe selling 43. It's a real pain, just because it's not connected to the farm, so a lot of running back and forth, and I don't know if it's really worth it for 370 bushels. So I'm thinking about selling it if I can find a buyer. That would help out a little bit with the cash situation, getting a little bit low. But I also did get about 15 bales of soybean stalk bales off the field, so I've got them over with the cows in the barn. But today we're going to tackle 25. I'm going to jump over the fence here. And the old New Holland has been running great. Didn't have any problems at all with it over there on 43. So I'm hoping that trend continues today. I think I'm going to open up the top of this field here. Scooch right by the tractor. And I don't know if we'll end up baling all of this or not, but we're gonna put down some of the swath anyway. I'm not exactly sure how many bales we're gonna need. I know we've got plenty of hay. We've got probably 2 or 3 years worth of hay with going to the 24 cows. So I think we're going to have plenty of straw as well. This old New Holland may sound a little rough, but it's been getting the job done. Of course, no GPS on this little girl. Which wasn't a big problem on 43, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit of concentration going back and forth here on 25. I keep calling it 25. It is 25, right? Yeah, field 25. It's been a few days since I did any farming, and it's been super busy at work, so it's easy to forget all the little details. A lot of traffic zooming by this morning. Everybody's out and about, I guess. So I think I'm going to tackle, should I just tackle this first finger here? I guess let's go ahead and open up this end of the field as well. If I just open up this whole side here, I get, it's cattywampus, so this is the northwest side of the field. I don't want to be getting into that barbed wire fence there. Uh-oh, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Long straight line. So if we pull up our app here real quick, check in. The cows are doing fine. Their health's at 80%. That should keep climbing, I think. We've got TMR. We've got everything they need. They are growing. 871 pounds. I forget what they were when I bought them, but they were 870 yesterday, so they've gained a pound. So I know they're gaining. I haven't showed my silo yet. I did end up buying a couple of augers, and I've got a silo installed over there just north of the machinery shed. And I don't remember off the top of my head how many bushels that stores. I'm hoping it'll be enough. Just got the one grain bin. So we're running about 75 bushels per acre. That's what we were getting on the other field. I don't think I got all 3 stages of fertilization on this field. Or the other one for that matter. So could probably do a little bit better. That empty out. Let's see if we can get turned around here without running into anything. This thing's got a really long butt on it. She's not much for turn radius. See if we can get headed back this way. There we go. So yeah, it's pretty interesting baling up the soybean stalks. I haven't done that before. Worked like a champ in the roll baler, no problems. And they packed up to be a pretty heavy bale. I did one that was packed super tight. I think it was a little too heavy. I did an 8,000 liter. And it ended up weighing like 3 ton. It's quite a bale. The others I did, I think I did those 4,000 liters, so it's about a ton and a half. Got 15 of those on the PJ. And old Big Red just pulled it right out of there, no problem. The trailer was a little bit tippy. It was a little tippy. I had to watch it on the corners. But old Red didn't have any trouble pulling it. So I noticed I flicked the light switch for the backlights. Nothing happens. I guess it has a backlight. It has a side light. I can't find the switch for it. But it does come on if you just keep cycling the lights. So we've got about 80 bushel. Not a whole lot yet. So I think I'm going to start running up and down once we get down to the end of this field. I kind of want to go out and try the augers out. So we'll probably fill the combine and then tip into the gravity wagon, and we'll take that over and we'll try out the augers. Kind of interested to see how they work, make sure they're going to work okay. Didn't actually test that yet. But they're brand new augers, so they ought to work all right. How many horsepower is this thing? I don't remember. Let's look in the garage here real quick. Yeah, so I got a couple. I got the big Farm King and then a smaller Brant for offloading. I think it rated at 200 horsepower on the 34. I think that's correct. Let's actually go look here. So 34 is, yeah, 200 horsepower. Pretty decent size for what I usually run. Pretty small probably for what you're used to seeing for most farm sim stuff. And for the size field, we could use a little bigger combine, but really it doesn't need it. And I didn't want to go into a bunch of debt, so here we are with the old, used New Holland. I don't think this is strictly an American version, but it's close enough. So anything else going on the farm? Not that I can think of. The alfalfa's coming in. We'll get a cut of that this year. And I'm planning on just selling those bales. Speaking of which, what are we looking at down here? Alfalfa. I think that's... I don't know if that shows the actual price. If we look over here, though, real quick. Before we run off into the ditch. Alfalfa haze. Yeah, it's up above 150. And I think that's per ton. So if we're doing a little over half-ton bales, we're talking maybe 80 bucks a bale, something like that. We'll see how it goes. As long as we can at least pay for the seed, I guess it'll be a successful experiment. Now I do want to watch. There's quite a drop off here. Why can't I see anything in the cab here? Let's put this down in crawl mode. Raise the head, or we're going to get stuck. I was afraid of that. There we go. Let's crawl out of here. We're not stuck. I just had to slow it way down. Just had to lift the head through that one part. That is quite a little jump there. All right, now we can get back to normal speed. So we'll take a couple cuts off the bottom and then head back up. And then we should be pretty much ready to tip into the gravity wagon at that point. Okay, we're gonna have to get it turned around here. It's gonna take a little bit of doing. Actually, you know what? I should probably take a little slice. We'll slice off of this side. It's a nice little mod. I think it's on the mod hub. No more cutter lowering or something like that. So you can actually turn your head around without it dropping it. Which I like. The more manual control I have, the better off. It's just the way I like to play. Alright, we're going to slow her down again. We'll do it from the outside this time. Might have to raise up right as we get about here. And then crawl through the ditch. And as we come up, we'll just lower her back down again. And we get stuck. Good job. There we go. Piece of cake. Might be better off just farming around that. There's a pretty good washout over on the other finger there too. The old middle finger. If you look at this field, it's kind of like 3 fingers. So we're gonna watch out for that when we're over there. Been running pretty steady at 75 bushels per acre. Wonder if we could get that closer to 80 or 90 with all 3 stages of fertilization. We'll try to get that this next time we plant. Can't remember. I'll have to look it up with seasons. If we cultivate this under, does that count? Does that count as a fertilization stage? Somebody will probably know. Let me know in the comments. There might actually be a mod where we could cultivate under these soybean stalks to count for fert. I've also thought about getting some anhydrous ammonia, but I've already got a disc, so I'd have to get a different disc that has the injectors on it. I don't know. We got a lot of options once we have some money. Right now we're kind of cash poor. Sure, we got 10 grand, but that doesn't go very far when it comes to farming. All right, we're not full, but I think we're close enough. I want to go try out these augers. So we're going to go tip into the gravity wagon. I think we can kill the lights. It's getting pretty light out. It's one of the cows made it all the way over here. One of the bulls. I don't know what they are. I think they're all technically boys. Of course, it's the cow model, so what are you going to do? What we're going to do, we're going to run into this tree. Thing's got the turning radius of a battleship. Here we go. Another mod I like from Farm Sim 17 was, I think it was called Manual Unload. And I couldn't find that for 19, so I wrote my own. So you actually have to have power and you have to tell it to start unloading. It's available on my Discord, but do note that it is single player only at the moment. I haven't taken the time to get all the event system and all the crap in there you need to make it multiplayer compatible. So it was a quick hack one evening because I'm like, you know what? I want manual unload, so let's go make one. That was exciting. Every time I go mod for Farm Sim, I'm amazed that the base game even works. There's a whole lot of duct tape under the hood. Alright. This thing, I'm just going to let it sit here and idle and cool off. We won't be gone too awful long, I don't think. Famous last words. I got to climb this fence again. Ready? Here we go. Whoa. Ta-da! Alright, so we didn't get a full load. We're up to 544 bushels. Now, this would be pretty tricky to back out of here, so I think I'm just going to swing around. Forward! That's the direction we're going. Didn't notice I was in reverse. I'm going to go ahead and get my flashers on, so I'm a little more visible. We've had a lot of traffic by here this morning. What's going on? There we go. There's the baler. You can see we got a little dirty over there on field 43. Just a little bit dusty. Just a little bit. There's the alfalfa. Coming in nice and green. We're doing on time. We're actually coming up on about 20 minutes. Well, we'll get this augered in and we'll call it a day. I do need to get the Ford down here, though. A little bit of wrangling around when you're by yourself on the farm. See, we tip on the left-hand side. So we're going to go around. We're going to go slow so we don't tip over the wagon. I think this ought to hold 8,000 or 10,000 bushels. I don't remember for sure exactly what it holds. Alright, hold that thought there, Case. We're going to take a little run. I should have had the Ford down here already. Soon around two. It was a long day yesterday, getting 43. I got it all the beans cut, everything hauled back here, got the bales baled and loaded on the wagon, and got those over here and unloaded into the barn. And by the time that was all said and done, it was about midnight, and I just kind of shut down the Ford right here and called it a day. Drop this baler off here at the... Whoa, look out, bird. Drop the baler off here by the washer, because it's going to need a bath. There we go. We'll get this guy hooked up to the auger. Get some beans in the bin. That's what it's all about. I got this all lined up. So I'm going to see if I can get connected here without messing up everything. Might be easier said than done. I think if I get nice and close here. There we go. I'll be able to just hook up and be just fine. Looks like we're still aligned. Alright, I haven't tested this, so here goes nothing. That says tip side back. That's not right. I think that must just be the way it's labeled. No option to unload, huh? I forget how short coupled this steering is on this gravity wagon. What I wanted to do is get it a little closer. Gotta bring the dual right by the basket there. No? Not gonna unload, huh? Do I need to turn the auger on? Let's figure this out live on YouTube. Does it have an option? No. It has the pipe out, which should be all it needs. Okay, well, let's try dumping in it. This action cannot be performed here. Okay. Well, that's fun. There we go. Well, I've told that to dump. So it's running. Now you load in there. This action cannot be performed here. Okay. No? Not having any of it, huh? Farm sim. Huh. Alright. Well, I'll have to get this figured out. So, maybe next episode we'll auger some beans. There's probably some trick to it. Just farm sim being farm sim. So, I'll get that figured out. And we'll continue the bean adventure next time. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all take care. Yeah, what in the Sam Hill's a problem here, farm sim? You got beans. You got an auger. You got a bin. That's not moving.